What's up YouTube? It's Saint Omega back again, and today we are going to be watching, that's right, watching a video via the YouTube channel, YouTube Boxing, and it's not very up to date. It was from like 5 months ago, so it's whatever. I'm going to be watching the every KO in YouTube Boxing, so let's get right into it. This video here, YouTube Boxing's YouTube channel's here. Link will be in the description. Yeah, let's get right into it.
YouTube Boxing has crossed half a decade since its fruition. The skill level has exponentially increased since the first
That was a knockout that made me angry. Oh.
KOs. We'll be taking a trip down memory lane.
Let's just see this.
About every knockout till present day.
This will be very interesting to watch.
Gibb versus Max Plays.
Gibb was the first guy to get a knockout.
Was by none other than
That's crazy.
Gibber.
I mean, I'm not surprised. It is Gibb.
Gibb's crazy energy got to Max, who couldn't handle the pressure and crumbled. 2. FaZe Sensei versus Overflow.
I remember at my mate's. I need to talk about this. So I was at my mate's house when this fight happened. We were watching, if I'm not mistaken, this was KSI Joella. That might be wrong. Oh my god, when this knockout happened, I remember, because of being a big FaZe Clan fan when I was younger, pop it off when this happened. Because I was like, one, I didn't know who Overflow was, but I knew who FaZe Sensei was, and I was gassed. I was like, oh, he's just at him, and it was fun for me. But yeah, let's get back to the reaction.
So much prior experience, Overflow survived till the last round, until Sensei hit him with some nasty body shots.
That was
Overflow just couldn't.
It was such a bad mismatch.
3. Jake Paul versus Nate
God,
Robinson.
yeah.
It was the pro athlete versus a YouTube boxer.
This was only the third knockout. No, hang on. Right, let's hang on. YouTube Boxing. As much as I love your videos, no one saw Jake beating Nate Robinson, the 5'9", never boxed before NBA star. Nobody saw it coming. I don't know about that. Personally, I did see Jake beating him, and I hate admitting it, but at this point, Jake was on top of his game. He was fucking lethal. And I'll be honest, I did see Jake beating him. I didn't think it would be as brutal of a knockout. I thought maybe TKO to unanimous decision, just based on how he fought Deji. Wait, hang on, why is that not in here? Deji Jake Paul. Because that would have happened at this point. I mean, it's a forfeit, I guess, but wouldn't that be classed as under TKO? I'm waffling. Anyway, let's get back into the reaction.
And ran right into an explosive right hand.
That is
sending him to the
fucking demonic.
4. Jake Paul versus Ben Askren.
I remember. I watched this
going up against a professional MMA
and thought,
Ben Askren didn't even look phased in the build-up.
I hate that I thought that Jake was going to lose to Ben just because of the fact that Ben Askren was an MMA fighter. Because at this point, I had no clue who he was. I didn't do no research. I just thought, oh, MMA fighter? He'll knock Jake out. Little did I know, he was fighting a guy who was I believe still is, the fastest knockout in UFC history, and it was Askren that was on the victim side of that. And he also has, I believe, actually, Andre August might have Might have not lasted as long as Askren, now that I think about it. I'm not too sure. But from what I do know, and I'm not very smart with this, I'm pretty sure Ben Askren still has the shortest amount of time before getting knocked out in YouTube boxing as well as UFC, which I find to be very funny. But yeah, let's get back to this.
But came out looking like one swarms. Jake yet again hit him with a massive overhand right, putting him down. 5. Jarvis versus Michael Lee. While both fighters were in shape, Jarvis, man, different animal.
He's come
Jarvis
far,
constantly applied pressure,
and then kind of backpedaled since the Gib loss, so I'll be honest.
Pulls out a fast combination and puts Michael on his ass. 6. Tyson versus Breadbatch.
I have no clue who these guys are.
Messy. Both fighters were extremely sloppy, but one could take punches much better than the other.
Either of these guys are, I'll be honest.
Hit Breadbatch, first knocking him down, and finally, in the next round, putting him down for good, surviving the fight. 7. Slim Albaher versus
This
Abadan.
might be my favorite knockout in all of YouTube history.
And experience was a challenge for Abadan. He made it to the third round with
Slim
hitting a few good shots, but
I'm pretty sure this is the
Slim manner, he hit him with that right
cross this one.
And knocked out.
God, that is such a good knockout.
8. Ajmal Khan versus Money Kicks. I don't know about this one. Sequentially speaking, Ajmal looked better. Both got into a brawl swinging, and in the midst, Ajmal collapses after a shot and just doesn't get back up. But DaBaby jumps in the ring. What? 9. John Gabbana versus Albert Ochoa.
Yeah, these are the ones that I don't even
know. And picked his shots meticulously, while Ochoa was trying to do anything to get shots off. Albert spammed his buttons and W-keyed into Gabbana, who, while stepping back, hit him with a right and slept him. 10. Slap for Cash versus Vito the Torpedo. The second heaviest fight of the scene. Slap for Cash's punches looked almost as heavy as him, and clearly felt the same to Vito, who got knocked down first, then barely clung on, and couldn't take the next. 11. Jake Paul versus
such
Tyron
a good
Woodley
knockout.
2.
Say what you want.
Tyron came for redemption and was looking like he might have a chance, but Jake was patient. He tired Woodley
I hate it. I was so pissed when this happened, but all I could think was fair play.
Another one goes to the sleepover. 12.
Albert
Ochoa versus Mike Mazza. Ochoa had to make a statement for this one. This time with headgear and heavier gloves, he was better than ever. His improved skills allowed him to apply a well-thought-out combination, making Mazza's head wobble and drop.
Well, that just looked fake as fuck.
Matthews versus Simple Simon. This one was rapid. A first-round knockout where Matthews used his jab as effectively as humanly possible, even off the back foot, and Simon just couldn't last very long.
People say, oh, Ed Matthews, he's a decent boxer, but let's be real. He fought an old guy, lost to Blueface, and got lucky against Swords.
The Madman versus the Nightmare. KSI returned to the ring after 3 years and showed out.
God,
as expected,
I was so pissed that I didn't get to watch this live. I had to watch Wade's watch party to know what was going on.
Until he got hit with a big
I forgot about that bit.
Went down for the count. 15. Salt Poppy versus
this one I saw.
Warski.
This one I saw. Because I got the thing working.
In YouTube boxing
oh,
history.
Never mind. I was wrong.
Came out off the back of a win and shocked the world.
I completely forgot this happened.
And quick
just
movement
now.
in the first few seconds determined the outcome. And not
Wait,
much later landed
fuck fighting Salt Pappy like ever for me, you know.
For good.
He'd sleep
16.
me.
FaZe Temper versus Slim Albaher.
But Slim got the most knockouts in YouTube history.
To even be a contender. But when Slim started brawling and taking shots, the energy changed. He got Temper backed up against the
Hmm.
ropes, and
Not
as
sure,
soon
you
as
know.
Temper let his hands go to exchange, he got caught with a big right, stunning him
Forgot.
and
I
knocking
always
him
watch this
out.
back, and I always forget
17.
how bad it was.
KSI versus Luis Alcaraz Pineda. This was a first for YouTube
Yeah,
boxers.
Pineda.
KSI was fighting
As
a
much as he's the
professional
GOAT,
boxer.
he just
Or was he?
was
Throughout the
scared.
fight, KSI dominated in the same way he did with Swarms, and even the result was
I
the
think
same.
the reason Pineda,
After multiple knockdowns, Pineda couldn't take any more and was dead.
what I believe, the reason behind Pineda's trouble in the fight with KSI was it was his first time on a big stage, and I think the big event got to him. But I think now, because he seems a lot better, I think realistically, it's just because he's got used to the big stage and all the bright lights on him and all that. So I just think he's just realised that he's now used to it. So he can just go in there, do what he's got to do, get the paycheck, go back home to. I think he's from Mexico. I don't want to be racist or anything, but I'm pretty sure he's from Mexico. But he just goes home after getting paid, and to be fair, respect the hustle. I respect the hustle.
Down for the 10 count. 18.
Oh,
Austin McBroom versus
I remember-
Mason Gibb.
remember
the
this.
six-figure Gibber comes back after his botched win
Oh,
against Taylor
fucking
Holder.
hell.
Now against Social Gloves CEO
Watching this
Austin
live
McBroom.
was like,
Gibb gets
fucking
dropped
hell.
in the first round.
When
But
Gibb
what
got
was
dropped, I
about
was
to
like,
come
oh no.
couldn't have been predicted by anyone. Gibb knocks down McBroom
Probably-
4 times
Definitely
before a final
comeback of
fifth
2022,
and final knockout.
in my opinion. Respect to
19.
Gibb.
JMX versus Ginty. JMX came back
You
to
know
the ring
what?
after 4 years against
I
a
respect
not-so-experienced
Ginty for
opponent.
taking the fights he
While
takes.
both fighters were tall and
Right.
had long reach,
Right. Well, Lohan, right? He's not like the best boxer in the world out of the guys in the YouTube scene, but he definitely gets slept on to a degree. JMX was making a return, and like no one wanted to fight him, from what I know. And he got pretty. Like, it was a moderately one-sided fight between Le'Veon Bell, but he still fought Le'Veon Bell after this. But the fact that Ginty went in there and dropped him, I respect. And I respect the fact that he fought Temper as well, who, I mean, yeah, Temper has been slapped twice, like he kept going on about, but by the two biggest knockout artists that have fought on Misfits. And, like, he's not a bad boxer in his own, like, in his own right, he's a good boxer. And the knockout, oh my god, the knockout against Ginty was brutal, but I have a lot of respect for Ginty, mainly because he's a fellow Kent inhabitant, but I don't know, I just have a lot of respect for him because of the people he fights. And like, I think if he really put in the effort and he really worked hard, give it like 3-4 years, he could be a decent, he could be a lot better than he is, and he would probably do he would probably be getting better fights and better opponents and stuff. I'm waffling again, but I have so much respect for the guy, and I hope that he does like properly get into the sport, properly knuckle down, and gets like the highlight reel knockout he needs.
JMX's experience and skill gave him a slight advantage, and with a nutty combination, dropped Ginty. 20. Jay Swingler
this
versus
one.
Churdleys. Another return
Why?
fight.
I'm sorry.
This time with Jay
Why did they
Swingler.
put Churdleys in
Churdleys, who
there
thought
with him?
this was some joke of an event, was having fun until he realized that Jay wasn't playing games and got knocked down by swift headshots in the first round. 21. FaZe
Speaking of
Temper
Temper.
versus Overtflow. FaZe member versus guy who survived a FaZe member. Temper's skills were too overwhelming for Overflow, and Temper's large stature with his long jab posed a huge issue for him. This eventually resulted in Temper knocking out Overflow in the first round. 22. King Kenny versus DK Money.
DK Money
While DK
is,
Money didn't look the worst, Kenny's jab,
I'll be honest,
speed, and awareness were far
he's a
too
bit of a joke
superior to
to
that
the
of
scene.
DK.
I'll be
In
honest.
the first round itself, Kenny hit DK with a hook to shake him up, and after noticing this, hit him with a straight right and put him down for the count. 23. Dean the Great versus Waleed Sharks. One of the most insane turn of events was Dean making this comeback. Both fighters were incredibly skilled
Dean got
technically,
dropped
and the
like
fight started with Waleed
3
knocking
times,
down
I
Dean.
believe.
Even after that, Dean was playing the long game and reserved his power
Was
for
he
a
not
big
playing?
blow to Waleed,
I must be
who could
stupid.
barely get back up, being waved off,
No, he
and
must have
Dean
been.
taking the W.
No, he didn't.
24.
Oh shit!
Callum Kelly versus Chappell. The small creators had fire in this one. Chappell already looked out of place and kept losing balance. Kelly capitalized, and with some smart body shots, Chappell went down. 25.
I can't wait for Chappell to come back, man.
versus Josh Bruckner.
wait, hang on, what was that? What did that say?
Salt Poppy versus Josh.
Look at this! Look at this down here. Bruek Kludskus. This is why YouTube Boxing's the best fucking YouTube boxing account on YouTube. I say YouTube a lot.
But not for Super Salt Poppy.
This was mental, by the way. I genuinely thought that Josh Bruckner was gonna stop Salt Poppy.
Out of nowhere in the second,
And then
he hit him with a blazing
bow.
right, which Josh understood was the end, as he couldn't take any more. 26. KSI versus FaZe
I
Temper.
popped when this happened. Like, don't get me wrong. I thought that Temper was like
was something Temper had never seen before.
but I didn't think he was like this fucked.
KSI did his MVP bounce and hit
Boing.
Temper with a clean 1-2
Yup,
to
yup.
knock him out
Wow.
in the first round.
I made an edit of that on my TikTok.
Esnusa versus Jordan Wheater.
Face
Esnusa was a fairly technical fighter. He
I
hit
look.
Wheater with some very
No.
well selected.
Controversial take. You give me 6 months when once I'm 18, you put me in the ring with Ace Musa, I'd knock the fucker out. I'm sorry. Ace, you will probably never see this, and if you do, I would beat you in dominant fashion. You ain't got hands, fella. I'm sorry to say it. You could be as technical as you want. I'd catch you when you'd sleep, fella. So, hold that. Anyway.
Shots, which made Wheater freeze and then shiver in his timbers as his knees crumbled to the floor. 28.
Terrible fight.
Waleed
Ass
Sharks
fighter.
versus Darius Frazier.
I
Waleed
saw
went up
this.
against Darius in a small event where Waleed had a lot to prove after his last loss, which he very much did. In
This
the
was
first round
very
itself,
early
Waleed
first
hit
round.
Darius with a right hook to drop him, which made Darius stay down for the count.
It was like 20 seconds in and
Waleed
some shit.
Sharks versus A-Pap. Yet again,
There's a
Waleed
lot of
Reed's
guys in the
whole
lightweight
phase was
like
dominating
division
Pap.
to Misfits
Pap made it to the second
that are
round,
just
but
fucking
after the
lethal.
first knockdown,
Not
it
Ace
was
Musa though.
clear that the
I'd
fight
beat
was
Ace Musa.
about to end. Pap got back up, and Waleed started laying it on him again with another successful knockdown, but this time making sure Pap doesn't
I
get
reckon you
back
pit
up.
Waleed Sharks against most
Virus
guys.
versus DK Money.
He'd either
Possibly
draw
the
or
greatest
very
knockout
easily
of
like
this
scrape
year
a win.
so far. DK
I'm gonna say this now, and I'm probably gonna get slack for it, but it's whatever. Fuck Virus, man. Fuck that guy. Bro went out of his way to use steroids on a YouTube event to beat a guy who is very like. I'm pretty sure DK Money had like been labelled as like a guy anyone could knock out. If Virus saw that that was the case, why would he bother taking roids? One, it's very obvious. He would have known that he shouldn't do that and that it's not allowed. But second off, if you're that confident going into a boxing fight, you shouldn't need it. And if you don't think that you can win without using them, don't box. I'm sorry. If you go into a fight thinking, I can't win this unless I cheat, do not do the sport. I'm sorry. But fuck Virus and everything the guy stands for. Do not like him. Do not agree with anything he stands for. Fuck that guy.
He knocked down Virus in the second round.
And the fact he was on roids and got knocked down.
Taking and dishing punches, DK forgot to guard himself while coming out of a clinch, and Virus took advantage by throwing an uppercut, followed by a straight right.
I also thought that Virus was going to get beat by DK Money as well. God, I was watching this when it happened. I felt so bad for Jay, you know.
Beeman seemed like the heavier fighter and definitely fought like it too. He
Oh,
tired out Jay, which made him take a knee, and that's when it happened. After he got back up,
such a
Beeman
good
laid into
knockout.
it, hit him with a left to the face as JST.
I don't care what you say about Beeman.
Those were all the vicious kicks.
The guy fucking hits, bro. The guy can hit. But that's where we're going to leave it for today. I gave some of my opinions on some of the fighters, my opinions on some of the knockouts, and this is all that you're going to see from me. Hopefully this will be uploaded within the next day or two. Hell, I might even edit and upload this today. Just got to do all the thumbnail stuff. But I will see you next time. Deuces.